Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Corpse Party Blood Drive for the PC. In the last episode, we continued to delve deeper into the pits of the Nirvana, and, well, I am here in what is most certainly the last room of the game, before I get to whatever the hell is waiting for me on the other side of that door over there. How do I know this? Because this is the one room that I've seen in the entire game that looks completely and radically different from everything else I've seen in the game thus far. There's a trope for that. It's called the boss corridor. And I think that describes this room perfectly. Also, Miss Kuon had sacrificed herself in the middle of the last episode as well, when it looked like as though the last demon pillar was about to blow the whole school to Kingdom Come and everybody in there with it. So she decided to put a stop to that, especially once she saw on her watch, which turned out to be her life watch, that she was literally only minutes away from expiring. So she used literally the last minutes of her strength here to basically give everybody a surviving chance here to, well, again, try to survive. Try to deal with the Nirvana and hopefully get towards something resembling happy ending. Not gonna lie, it was kind of sad. Especially for Satoshi. But anyway, I think we might as well just go ahead and just go through this door. Put an end to all this. I doubt this will be the last episode of this Let's Play, but this will probably be the last episode for the main story proper, but we'll see. There's a single white door in the back of the crystal-filled room, along with an enormous red standing cross. The walls were lined with the crucified corpses of what looked to be Martaba investigation team sent in before us. It is ahead. The Book of Shadows spoke once again. We made it. Aiko, please, turn back. You're certainly persistent. Please, I mean it. If you don't, there's a good chance you're going to get in my way. Aiko was at a loss for words. I'm sorry. I jerked my head and apologized for the sudden outburst. I intend to be looking out for Aiko, manufacturing an excuse to keep her out of harm's way. But it came across harshly. It worked, however. Aiko hung back, and I stepped through the door on my own. Nice stairs. Inside was another realm entirely, one which heaven and earth alike sat in ruins. The sky was a twisted coil of red and black, and the ground, or what was left of it, was little more than a black mass. The floorboards from the school stretched out before me, converging at a shining staircase leading up into the unknown. And high above all else loomed a conspicuous object, shining brightest of all. Is that Nirvana? Shinozaki! Will you be able to come with us after all? Excuse me, I'm getting tongue twisted. On another mass of floorboards below me were Kishinuma, Mochida, Nakashima, and Magari. Yuka and Satsuki were there too. They were both clearly unconscious. You guys! Are you alright, Shinozaki? What is that? I cracked a slight smile at Mochida's panicked reaction. Just stay alive, you guys. I'm going to go sell things. Shinozaki, you're not seriously planning on... So, only the bearer of the book can go on ahead, huh? Go fucking figure. Don't you go dying on me now. My mind was made up. I was going to do this no matter what. I took my first step up the staircase. Hey, Shinozaki! Wait! Shinozaki. Class rep. Nakashima addressed me with much effort, as she still seemed to be in tremendous pain. It was admittedly in some comfort to receive so much support from my friends. Last time I'm gonna say this, Ayumi, but... better not screw this up. The stairs faded away behind me. Quite literally, each one vanishing as soon as I stepped off of it, actively rejecting the notion that anyone but the bearer of the book could be here. I continued climbing until I hit the top, which left me right at the foot of the shining object in the sky. From here on up is... The last of the steps disappeared, leaving me floating in midair. I clasped my arms around the Book of Shadows. Compose yourself. Regain your balance. Okay. I tucked the book under my arm and started leveling myself out a bit. Almost immediately, my vision began to blur. It looked like the world around me was melting. It took me a moment to realize it was actually motion blur due to extreme rate of speed at which I was flying. The shine object was getting closer and closer. I see a person. I'm really scared. I'm not going to lose this. I've done a lot of hesitating, a lot of running away, and a lot of regretting up till now. Understatement of the century. And I've always crawled under my shell whenever things got too intense, convincing myself I was unimportant in the overall scheme of things. But now I realize I'm walking a different road entirely. And I made up my mind. Watch me, sis. My eyes are open now, and I'm never closing them again. Ow! The hell? The following events all happened in rapid succession. The runic letters on my thigh from the blowback of Yoshie Shinozaki's estate began glowing red and spurting blood. As I was observing and confirming this, 4 small blue lights were drawn to me like moths to a flame. Once they got within arm's length, they stopped moving and just hovered. What are they? I had a feeling I already knew the answer. These 4 lights were giving off a gentle, caring, friendly glow. They were the purest and strongest lights I'd encountered here. I felt more reassured than ever just by looking at them. What? Are you? In my mind, I could understand them without the need for words. Their aura was as inviting as could be. Let me guess. Our dead friends from Class 2-9? Are you among these lights, Seiko? It's you guys, isn't it? I began to cry. This was no time to lament or mourn, though. The runic letters on my arm now began glowing red and spurting blood, just as the ones on my thigh had moments before. Ow! What the? Fight it. It's the Nirvana. The Book of Shadows spoke again. Fight it? If you die here, you lose your right to bear me. Unbind me and master dark magic. Oh, hello! A for QTE option A, Y for QTB option B, and X for QTE. So QuickTime events, huh? When the Nirvana addresses you in Futhark, you may answer back by pressing the QuickTime buttons to use Futhark lettering of your own as indicated. Huh? Wait a minute, those look like those symbols from those books. I have no idea what I'm doing. At all. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up failing this. Yeah, this isn't looking good for me at all. Why aren't you doing anything? Come on! This is not good. Oh, man! Okay, I think I get it. Slaughter and deplore are the two words that are shown in the pictures here. Each character from the English alphabet is represented in these runic symbols. This looks like that. Okay. Okay, I got all of them written down on a little sheet of paper here. Each word that's listed in these documents with the corresponding letters or runic symbols to accompany them. So what I'm hoping is I can use this little sheet and at least be able to understand what words that entity was throwing at me, and then maybe, I don't know, I can figure out what to do from there. So I got slaughter, rebuke, deplore, hug, guard, skewer, hate, reason, peer, and smile. Those are all the words from all these documents. Okay, I'm gonna go right back up the stairs. Okay, round 2. So while I was getting up to this point, I've been looking over my notes and I've been thinking. The symbols that was being presented to me were done in those runic symbols. So I think I need to. Okay. Okay, while I was working my way up to this point, I was pretty much thinking here what was the context of the battle here and what I need to do. And, well, She presents me with these big runic words on the screen here, and I have basically 3 button prompts here to work with, which basically seem to act as me fucking hell. Okay, so I've gone over my notes again, and I thought about how this battle played out the last time I failed. So I think what I need to do is I need to basically use these QuickTime event buttons here to choose the right runic word that pops up pops up in response to the big runic word that pops up on the screen. If that makes any freaking sense. Like, basically, I think I need to choose the right response. But what I was confused about was what exactly sort of response should I be going for? Should I be like trying to basically do it like how I saw in those notes, where one volume contained 2 words, and if I see like one word from one volume show up, I try find the one word in the that also the second word that accompanied it, and then use that. Like, for example, for the first volume, there was like the word slaughter and deplore. So like, if that thing over there should present me with the word slaughter, should I respond with deplore in reference to the notes? Or number 2, should I choose a different response entirely? Like, should I find like some kind of counter word to slaughter? Like, for slaughter, I would think maybe, I don't know, hug, reason, might, or rebuke, or I don't know. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try the first theory here, instead of just sitting here second guessing what I should actually do here, and just try the first method out of the way here, and just see if that does anything or not. If it doesn't work, then I'll know for sure that I gotta think about how I respond to the certain words rather than just do it how the books show. So, sorry, I'll shut up now. Okay, so that is... Ah, shit, I was too slow. Okay, I definitely can't afford to take my time, for sure. So, that is... slaughter, I think, so... Damn it, not again. That is... hate. Skewer, I think. Fuck, I was too late again. God damn it. Man, am I slow. So, slaughter. Now, deplore is... Where's deplore? Where's deplore? Okay, I didn't see deplore anywhere when I saw slaughter. Okay, that's pure. I didn't see hug anywhere either. Shit! Huh? I suddenly realized that my vision had gone completely dark. Hi. Shinozaki? I turned around at the sound of Suzumoto's voice, and there she was. Maya Suzumoto with a warm blue glow. Yo-ho! Ayumi! We've been watching over you this whole time. Shinohara, Morishige, and Miss Yui were there too. You guys, what's going on? Is this a dream?
頑張ったね。何度も立ち上がるあなたを見て、先生ずっと泣いてたんだよ。
You've done so great, Ayumi. It brought tears to my eyes to see you pick yourself back up over and over again, never throwing in the towel.
もういいんじゃないか。
But isn't it about time now?
みんな生きてるの？
Are you all alive? Shinohara shook her head.
ほら。
See? The marks on her neck from the noose that had killed her were still present and accounted for.
生きてはいないけど。
Surprise there.
みんないるし、いいかなって。
We may not be alive, but we're all here. So we thought we'd pop in for a visit.
これは死者と共に永遠に暮らせる世界を作る邪術、ランド・オブ・コープスだわ。
This is
生産にもできなかったこと。
black magic that allows someone to spend eternity with the dearly departed here. The land of corpses. Even Yoshie couldn't successfully cast that.
ここなら授業だってできそうだわ。
You know, I might even be able to hold class here.
よりによってこの術が成功するなんて。
I never thought I'd actually be able to cast such a high-level spell.
もういいや。
As long as I'm here.
それでね、岸沼くんがさ、超おかしいでしょ？
And then you know what Kishinuma did? Isn't that just the funniest thing you ever heard? In a dark room surrounded by skeletal corpses, I stood and spoke with my friends. I was happy and content, and lost myself to the sensation of camaraderie I'd so missed. The morning never came. It was perpetual night here, but I barely even noticed. I was ready for this eternal existence with my dear departed friends. Well, shit. Soulful testimony from Miyuki Sawashiro has been unlocked. Yeah, why not? Okay, so even when certain words appeared, the accompanying word the second word that would accompany them in the volumes that I first read about them in wouldn't appear. Like I didn't see deplore with the word slaughter accompanying the word slaughter in my list of choices, for example. So I think what I need to do is I need to find an actual appropriate response to the words rather than just what I was doing before. Like for slaughter, what could I use? We got slaughter, deplore, peer, hug, rebuke, reason, guard, smile, skewer, hate. So maybe for slaughter I could rebuke, as in reject the slaughter. Skewering, I could probably guard against it. Hate with reason. Yeah. Okay, I think maybe now I'm getting it. Maybe I should try to write this stuff down again, so I have proper notes to work with next time. Okay, I'm thinking about as ready for you as I'm ever going to be. I got my little reference sheet all set and ready to go. Bring it. Slaughter. Let's think it's this one, right? Rebuke. Or skewer. Guard. I think this is guard, right? Hammer. Peer. Smile. Centaur. Skewer. Guard. Explore and hug. Damn, that was easy. I woke to a white expanse stretched out before me and realized I was still in midair. Yeah, turns out writing this shit down actually helps quite a lot. It almost seemed like I was above the clouds, looking down on the world below. What is that? Finally, the light from the Book of Shadows faded, its power spent. Oh, great. Now I can't rely on you anymore? Then we're truly fucked. I immediately lost my balance and fell through the sea of clouds, landing with a thump. Hi! So you must be the entity within the core, right? Before me, I saw a young, blonde girl sitting in the nude. The entire area was so blindingly bright, though, that I couldn't make out who she was. The clouds clung to the ground even here, giving my surroundings their unearthly glow. Pure white, as if this were the aftermath of a blizzard. I could make out new details the longer I focused, and now I noticed that the girl before me had almost translucent blue eyes with no eyebrows. She was gazing fixedly at me. I can only think of this being as someone who existed beyond all human knowledge. Are you the will of the Nirvana? I addressed her with a fearful break in my voice. But she just continued staring at me in total silence. Return to this book. I think you're going to need more than just a simple declaration to convince her to do what you want. I raised the Book of Shadows, but the girl's expression did not change. As a descendant of the one who summoned you initially, I'd like to apologize. You were just sleeping, weren't you? Pauper, vos integre protest? Latin? The girl spoke, but I couldn't understand what she was saying. I wonder what language that is. So, I can't even... Okay, Flamma Infernal, so... Flame Inferno, I think? So, something about the Inferno. The girl stood and began approaching me. I tried to take a step back, but tripped and fell. This is when I first noticed my surroundings. The clouds had receded a bit, revealing no snow broth, but thick forest of half-dead trees. The girl approached me slowly, one step at a time, in an almost rhythmical manner. So, your name's Queen. Her mouth opened wide. Hello? You know what this reminds me of? The position that Hammer Time is in right now. And a large branch popped out from the back of her throat. Suddenly, she was crucified, directly in front of me. Blood spattered everywhere. I was completely drenched. I screamed and tried to move back. My legs had given out. Meanwhile, the Book of Shadows lay on the ground. It was the farthest thing from my mind at that moment. Then from behind the skewered girl, I caught sight of another girl who looked just like her flaming body hanging from a tree. It swung very tightly in place, creaking and groaning with each revolution. I could hear accusatory yells in that same foreign language coming from hysterical men and women in the forest. What's going on? Oh, hello. I shifted my focus from the burning, hanged girl on the tree back to the girl in front of me. And she, too, was now completely burned. She continued walking toward me, little by little, step by painful, deliberate step. So clearly you didn't exactly have the best of lives before all this. Is that what you're showing me with all these visions? And when she finally reached me, she put her hands around my neck and began to choke me. Thinking quickly, however, I grabbed the girl's arms, pulled her in, and gave her the biggest hug I could muster. I may not understand your words, but your message comes across loud and clear. That scream of agony speaks of a life that was violently cut short. I don't know what exactly happened to you, but I know someone else whose story is probably similar to yours. The burned girl stopped moving entirely. I guess I got her attention. Hinue, you mean? She was always so sad. And even after her life was taken, she still loved her mother dearly. But nobody ever forgave her. Oh. Sachiko. She suffered and suffered. And all she wanted was for someone to help her. She wound up losing herself, eventually drowning under the weight of her curse. My eyes began to overflow with tears. I loosened my grip slightly, and the burned girl began to stroke my cheek delicately, yet strangely. You're right to feel the hatred and rage you do, but this never-ending chain of sorrow needs to be broken by someone. And it may not be an enviable job, but that duty falls upon you. She continued to stroke my cheek, but then also raised her other hand to my eye, stuck out her finger, and jammed it right into my eye socket. I think she disagrees. Pain shot through me in one incredible wave. From somewhere deep within my head, I could hear the sound of a foreign body digging around my muscle tissue. Her finger had directly cut my ophthalmic nerve Between the intense agony and a deeply disturbing sound, I felt like I was on the verge of insanity. This must be the same pain this girl is feeling. If I can't understand what she went through, I'll never understand her. I won't run away. Gah! That decided, I allowed my body to give in to the convulsions that had begun racking it. I was trying not to consciously focus on the pain, instead focusing on the girl. There's no... Honestly, there's... Just imagine if this all didn't work. If just trying to emotionally connect with this girl wasn't what we had to do here. Just... What a way to go! What a way to go out and all for nothing. But somehow I doubt we're gonna experience that that bad an ending here. I felt as if I were mere moments from choking on my own tongue when the girl's finger finally dug my right eye out of its socket completely. Words could not describe the extreme pain. I cranked out completely and began shivering. The girl then put the sticky, bloodied eyeball in her palm, displaying it triumphantly in view of my other eye for a moment, before squeezing the very ounce of strength she had. It still had some elasticity to it, so expanded in her hand until its length had roughly doubled. But it could only take so much, eventually exploding into milky white and red goo. Yet I refused to show any signs of intimidation. I did not react. This is just a far cry from how you were all the way up till all the way back to the first game, and all the way up until, well, you got that book out of your stomach. I'm honestly kind of in awe of just how many guts you've spontaneously grown. I waited until the girl's eyes met mine, and flashed her a soft smile. She looked genuinely puzzled. And then she threw herself at me, and our lips met. Hello?
Solitarius?
I hugged her once more, in spite of my trembling arms. A huge shockwave shook the air, transforming into light and shattering around me. Please, no! I could hear Kishinuma and the others yelling out in shock, having witnessed everything from the bottom of the stairs. Aiko was there too. When the light settled, I was standing at the top of those mystic red stairs, which had now reformed and stretched down below me to the remnants of Heavenly Host. What happened? I held my gored-out right eye socket in my right hand, and the Book of Shadows on my left. I slowly, sullenly descended those stairs of light. Guys. Shinozaki! Are you okay? Well, okay as you can be, considering that she's missing an eye. Class rep! Shizaki. Your eye. And it looks like her character model still has its eye. You're injured? I'm alright. It's a small price to pay for helping that girl move on. The Book of Shadows in my hand had a white sheen to it now. I gave a weak smile and slowly formulated in my mind the exact words I wanted to say. I'm sorry, everyone. I know I put you all through a horrible mess. That you did. And no matter how many times I apologize, I know it'll never be enough. What I did is unforgivable. But I won't let you guys get hurt anymore. I'll protect you from here in this Nirvana. Are you gonna sacrifice yourself? What are you saying?
どうしたんだよ、篠崎。急に変なこと言って。
Did something happen, Shinozaki? This doesn't seem like you. Don't worry. I'm okay. I've just resolved to protect the people I hold dear. For real this time.
おい、篠崎。
Hey, Shinozaki. Kishinuma seemed especially perturbed by this resolution. Can't really blame him. Somebody better get ready to hug this man once he goes home, because he's going to need a lot of hugs and comfort. I'd give it to him myself if I could, but, well, you know, I'm here, stuck in the real world, and he's in his. He must have thought I was on the verge of sacrificing myself for the greater good or something. And rightly so. But the section of floor where I stood up was too high for Kishinuma or any of the others to reach me. They couldn't stop me. Not anymore. They could barely stop you any time before this, to be fair.
Shinozaki.
Shinozaki? I'm a descendant of the Shinozaki family too. So just like Sachiko, I'm going to swallow this Nirvana and steal it away. But hey! If you do that, and if you end up dying, then the whole thing will just get unleashed again anyway. Isn't there a way we could just destroy it? For good? Instead of just stealing it away again and then just waiting for it to inevitably come back out once you kick the bucket? Like Sachiko? You can't possibly... No! I've been too embarrassed to look my friends in the eye while informing them of this, but I knew I had to now. It was my last chance. I looked up at them, cheeks a little red. I guess this is goodbye. I giggled as playfully as I could.
いい加減にしろ。お前はもう十分傷ついたろ。もういいんだよ、篠崎!
Enough with the bullshit, Shinozaki. You've been through enough already. Don't do this! Kishinuma was downright hysterical. Again, I can't blame him. But I still kept that same bright smile on my face. I wouldn't let go of it no matter what. You're about to just send this whole man's entire quest, the whole purpose behind, the whole end goal of it, down the freaking toilet by sacrificing yourself. I mean, seriously, again, I can't blame him at all for being upset. It's not all bad, you know. I saw in Yoshie's memories.
幸子がこの涅槃を封印した時はこの涅槃に消された人の存在を取り戻せたの。
Before Heavenly Host was made, when Sachiko sealed away the Nirvana, the person it was created for, whose existence had been erased, was able to get it back. His existence, you mean?
篠原さんや鈴本さんたちみんなの思い出をこの世に取り戻せるかもしれない。
I might be able to do the same for Shinohara, and Suzumoto, and Morishige, and Miss Yui. I might be able to at least put everyone's memories of them back where they belong. Shinosaki.
私は幸せだよ。
I'm happy.
ここでお別れになってもみんなの記憶にいるんだもの。それに比べて
I'm happy. I'll have to say goodbye, but at least I'll still remain in everyone's thoughts. I'll still exist. And that's a pretty good deal in the end. I would say that a pretty good deal would be at least achieving what you originally set out to do right from the get-go and actually managing to revive your dead friends. But unfortunately, as we pretty much kind of knew in our hearts deep down right from the get-go, and as it was flat out told to us by Misuto, that was but an impossible dream. So I guess, and on second thought, it's something. Restoring everybody's memories, their existence back in the mortal world. But still, none of these guys are going to have a good freaking time from this point forward. Shiozaki!
今のままじゃ篠原さんや鈴本さん、森重君、ゆい先生、それに涅槃に存在を消されたたくさんの人が悲しすぎる。
It's just much too sad a fate to be erased by the Nirvana. Shinohara, Suzumoto, Morishige, and Miss Yui. You know, while you're at it, maybe could you do also the same for everybody who's died in the Nirvana? Because all the countless people I got trapped and killed here, all their existences were technically erased too. Restore everybody if you can.
お前はそれでいいのかよ。人のことばっか考えてんじゃねえよ。
Is this really what you want? You need to stop thinking about other people and start thinking about yourself for a change. To Yoshiki, she has been thinking about herself. That's how this whole game got started right from the get-go. I know what you're trying to say here, but still, I'm annoying that way. I can't help it. I gotta point this shit out. My facade had finally cracked. A single tear rolled down my cheek. Then another, and another. And with each impeccable timing, Bokushao spoke, striking me while I was down.
残念だが、お前に救いは来ない。
Unfortunately, there's no saving you.
この邪術を行使するには、それなりの代償が必要だ。
Controlling such dark magic requires equal compensation. So equivalent exchange. So in order to restore everyone else's existence, I have to give up, Ayumi has to give up her own. Is that where you're going with this?
幸子ほどの霊力もないお前は、代わりにお前の存在を失うことになる。
Your spirit energy is no match for Sachiko's, so your very existence itself will be taken as payment. Well, shit! So much for remaining in everybody's memories. The hell?
涅槃に触れる以上、存在に関しては、障害反動を受けねばならない。
Those who come into direct contact with the Nirvana must accept the consequences of their actions. Well, to be fair, Mr. Book, a lot of people very unintentionally came here, courtesy of an internet blog that was intentionally bungled up. So I think that's kind of unfair. Those who altered the fabric of existence, doubly so. That I could understand a bit, though.
誰の記憶にも残らない。思い出されもしない。これまでお前が生きた証がすべて消えるのだ。よく考えろ。
All memories of you will be forfeit. You will be remembered by none. Everything connected to your identity will be excised from reality. Choose wisely.
篠崎なあ、冗談じゃねえぞ。お前の存在そのものが消えちまうなんて、そんなバカなこと。
Shinozaki. Hey. This is no joke. You won't exist anymore. Choosing that for yourself willingly is just asinine. Kishinuma. For a split second, I let my true feelings show, but then immediately forced to smile again.
でもみんなの人生を取り戻せるのなら
But if everybody's lives can go back to normal, it won't be normal though. You'll be gone. Everyone else may come back, but there won't be a normal anymore because you won't be there. You are part of their normal. As hard as that might be for you to accept, you matter to these people. There's just no way anybody can win from any of this. This is just tragic.
なんでだよ。お前全然分かってねえ。
So fucking what? You don't get it at all.
やめるんだ篠崎。他に方法はないのか。
You need to stop this, Shinosaki. Isn't there any other way?
そうだよ委員長。私はもう誰にも死んでほしくないし消えてほしくない。お願いだからやめて。
Yeah, class rep. I don't want to lose you. Or anyone else. I'm through with people vanishing from my life. So please, just stop. Don't do this!
邪術は常に対価を必要とする。でも、そんな未来、私も納得できないわ。
Black magic does come with a price. But even I don't want a future without you. I absolutely cannot agree with this course of action.
誰かがやらなきゃいけないことなの。私、やるわ。
Thank you all for the kind words. But this is something somebody has to do. And that somebody's going to be me. But if something happens to you after you swallow Nirvana, it will just come back. And it will bring more suffering. Your sacrifice will be all for nothing. All the deaths, all the chaos that you could be undoing right now, it'll just happen all over again at a later point. A whole new generation of suffering. We need to find a way to destroy this thing, not seal it.
涅槃の脅威は残しながらも見守ってゆく道もある。いいのか。
You could always keep the Nirvana intact and remain as its jailer instead. Are you certain the path you've chosen is the one you wish to walk? Its jailer, you mean like a foundation, like Sachiko?
問題を先送りして次の世代に不幸を回すなんてダメ。そうでしょ。
I won't leave this problem for the next generation to deal with. That just wouldn't be right. It wouldn't. It will happen anyway, even if you seal it. It will get out eventually once you expire.
ならば付き合おう。
Then I shall accompany you.
だが、ただの人間のお前に、この膨れ上がった涅槃を取り込むことができるかな。
But can a normal human like yourself truly consume this expanded nirvana?
飲み込めばいいんでしょ。やってみせる。
I just have to swallow it all, right? I can handle that. I shoved a piece of flesh from the wall of Heavenly Hosts, fully prepared to illustrate this point. Ew! Without thinking too hard about what I was doing, and ignoring every impulse in my body, I shoved the fetid meat in my mouth, chewed it, and gulped it down. My face warped in horror as I felt the morsel slide its way down my throat. I might as well have swallowed fire. This somehow triggered my back to pop open slightly and begin spurting blood. Oh, this is going badly. The bits of flesh I was unable to stomach were then quickly and rather ungracefully regurgitated onto the floor. Everybody get out! Hurry! There's a hole leading back to the real world at the school's entranceway. I then picked up the flesh I'd spit out and tried to cram it back into my mouth. I was determined to keep it down. It would have been a lot easier if it hadn't been glaring at me from my hands, however. Wait! Stop! Just stop! I turned to face Kishinuma, who was practically begging me not to go through with this. And it's not like I wanted to. I just had to. Stop this! Please! We don't want you to disappear from our lives! Not without a fight! I smiled. The sentiment was truly heartwarming. You always did look out for me. Don't think I didn't notice. Oh, that's fucking bullshit! You didn't notice! You barely even acknowledged it most of the time! Even if you forget I exist, I'll never forget you, Kishinuma. Kishinuma's eyes swelled up with tears. When you patted me on the head, it made me really happy. I smiled again, even while tears were streaming down my face. This time, after swallowing the wall meat, blood began spurting from my head. Yet finally, my actions seemed to be having an effect, as the wall in front of me began to fizzle away into a blood-red mist, ultimately vanishing before my eyes. Stop! Stop doing that! God damn it all! Kishinuma collapsed to his knees, and their shockwave rocked the whole of the dimension. It was so enormous that the ceiling fell in, and the nearby wall began to crack. Whatever rickety parts of the school were left had begun crumbling around us.
大したものだ、篠崎あゆみ。逃げるわよ、巻き込まれる。
You're really something, Ayumi Shinozaki. Let's get out of here while we still can.
立ちなさい。あの子を犬死にさせたいの。どのみちこの亀裂では止めに行くのは無理だろう。
Come on, get up. Do you want her death to be in vain? It's going to be in vain anyway once this thing gets out of her guts. It's not like we can stop her either way. Not from here.
格好をつけさせてやれ。あれが幸子の血を引く後継者だ。
Let her do what she feels she has to. Do what? Delay the fucking inevitable? She's the successor to Sachiko's bloodline. It's her right.
委員長。
Last rep.
忘れるものか。絶対。篠崎。
I'll never forget you, Shinozaki. No matter what. I'll be very fucking impressed if you can somehow manage that. Nice of you to finally wake up.
お兄ちゃん。
Huh?
さつきちゃんもうちだったの。
Big brother? And Satsuki? You're okay?
ああ。さつきちゃんの方は目を覚まさないんだが。
Yeah. Though Satsuki's still out cold.
だらだらしないでよ。涅槃ごとあの子に食われたいの？放ってくわよ。
Get your asses moving. Do you want to be eaten alive alongside the Nirvana? I'll leave you behind if I have to.
よしき、
Yoshiki,
行こ
let's go. Before he left the area, Kishinuma looked back one last time. But I was out of sight by that point. We carefully but swiftly made our way through the rubble of the former bell tower. Along the way, Yoshiki paused for a moment to look up at the stairs and caught a glimpse of Misuto's clothes.
う。あれは。
Bizarre. So he died too, huh? It was only a moment's distraction, however. Yoshiki, like the rest of us, very quickly continued on his way.
Yuka!
Big brother, I'm scared!
もう少しだ。
What else is
頑張れ。
new? It's just a little farther. We can make it.
急ぎましょう。
We have to hurry. Yoshiki got up to follow, but instead just stood there. He wouldn't take a single step. Come on, don't sacrifice yourself too now.
どうしたの？菱沼。
Kishinuma, what's wrong? Naomi, still on my back, saw Yoshiki's motionless form and knew something wasn't right.
人の記憶から消えるまで済むのか。
Is she just going to be erased from all our minds?
涅槃を食い尽くした後はどうなるんだ。普通の世界に戻れるのか。
What's going to happen when she eats the entire Nirvana? Will the world actually be able to go back to normal? He seemed to be caught in a loop of doubt. He was trying to work through something in his head and didn't seem ready to move again until he succeeded.
よしき、何してるんだ。早くしないと。
Yoshiki, what are you doing? If we don't hurry!
あいつが今いるのはその涅槃の中だぞ。
Right now, she's in there. She's inside the Nirvana. Come back here, you fool! Yoshiki, wait! He turned back toward the ruins of Heavenly Hosts and run off.
お前ら出てろ。
You guys get the hell out of here! Oh shit, now he's fucked. God damn it! And just like that, he was gone. Fallen rubble blocking us off from the passageway he darted into. God, no! Yoshiki. Try as we might, there was no pursuing him. He'd made his choice, and there was nothing we could do to change things now.
仕方ない。急ぐわよ。
We have no choice. We have to go. Now. The school began to shake even more violently.
Yoshiki. Shinozaki.
Yoshiki. Shinozaki. Not only was it shaking, but it was creaking and groaning as well. The school was definitely not going to stay intact for much longer at all. The red and black sky began to get sucked into Heavenly Host, like smoke into an exhaust vent, with the beautiful, clear night scenery of the real world peeking out from behind it. And slowly, the blue sky of day crept into view, ousting both the moon and the horrors of the Nirvana alike. The 6 pillars disappeared from the earth, leaving only giant craters in their wake. The rising sun shone upon the death-ridden world, serving as a beacon of light and hope for the people who suffered beneath what could have been, and for a time was, an endless night.
この世のどこでもない場所で
In a place that exists outside this world. So wait, so we now have to also deal with we also now have to deal with all the rubble left behind by all those pillars too? This is even worse deal than this is even a worse deal than I imagined. A place that exists outside this world.
嘆きと闇の死が送る大きな呪いの濁流は
A curse built upon darkness and sorrow swept through like a river, overflowing its banks into the valley below.
優しい少女の血と存在の犠牲によってせき止められた
But the flood was dammed through the blood sacrifice of a truly benevolent girl, whose very existence was lost in the process. It must not be if you're talking about her now.
死の運命は覆らない
The fate to die cannot be overturned.
But
the former existence of your sadly departed friends has been restored to this reality. Their memories, their achievements.
それにより生まれる新たな悲しみで世界を満たし、癒してゆく。
From that, however, a new sorrow floods the world, and the healing process begins anew. You mean besides everything else I just mentioned, about all the deaths that have been occurring in the real world, the fact that a bunch of people now just suddenly realize that they've quite literally forgotten about their children, siblings, etc., etc. Yeah. I'd be an emotional wreck too in their position. And your face is gonna get blacked out,
世
right,
代を超え
Ayumi?
て受け継がれてきた守護者のバトン。
The baton of guarding has been passed down from one generation to the next.
きっと彼女なら世界のどこかでまっすぐに守り続けてゆくだろう。
And somewhere in this world, I'm certain she must still bear it, protecting us all from deep under the from deep under cover of night. Definitely a lot more than just a blacked out face.
私たちの記憶からも消え去ってしまった彼女にはもう言葉すら届けることはできないが
She's been erased from our memories, however, so wherever she is, there can never truly be any communication between us again.
いくつかの世界と運命が融合したこの未来で
But in this future where countless worlds and fates have merged.
ナオミご飯できたよ
Naomi, food's ready.
はーい
Coming. Oh, good. She's not suddenly homicidal anymore. With a sigh of relief, Nakashima stood up and left her room. Next to the photo of her classmates, another photo stood on her desk, taken at Mucha's house. So, Kuon is still in this
きっ
photo.
とまた会える
I'm certain we'll see her again.
力を守る者の矜持を胸に
Hold the pride of the protector, a power in your heart. Okay, so Class 2-9's fallen members' memories in the world at large have been restored, and everyone else who survived, and all the other survivors managed to get out of Heavenly Host again. But now, you know what? I'll wait until after the credits are done. I don't want to try to talk over this. Okay, is it gonna be quiet now? All the fallen members of Class 2-9 have their memories restored, but the world is still a mess after everything that happened as a result of this game. So there's a shit ton of wreckage, of emotional and physical wreckage that everyone's gonna have to sift through. And the Nirvana is probably, I mean, again, like I was saying, I'm afraid here that it's going to be just like with Sachiko, to where even though in Ayumi's case she doesn't exist in the world, she still technically lives she's still technically alive, right? Am I understanding that right? So when she dies, the Nirvana is going to come right back out of her guts, roaring and screaming, And it's just going to be a repeat of everything throughout the Heavenly Host trilogy ever. Hello? So you are alive! And here I sat, in my own house, in Hinoi's room. And you have the Book of Shadows with you, and in the corner, in a wheelchair, expressionless and empty, with the Book of Shadows on my lap. There was no fire in my eyes, no life. I just sat and stared at a single point in front of me. Book of Shadows can use. Make everybody happy. The reflection staring back at the mirror wasn't me. It was Sachi. The girl in black. Sachi? Sachi's eyes were covered by her bangs. Her expression was impossible to read. She was unmoving, unreadable, untenable. Just a reflection. A reflection of me. Will protect everyone best as I, even if it's by myself. The Book of Shadows in my hand darted its eyes around frantically, its tongue dangling limply outside the frame of the tome itself. The house sat in silence for a moment. And then the doorbell rang again. The reflection in the mirror was no longer Sachi. It was just Ayumi. Just me. The Book of Shadows reverted too, showing itself once more as a plain, ordinary, entirely standard leather-bound book. The blue-white stones were tossed up into the air, where they danced a bit before tumbling back down. I could easily catch them with one hand. Yoshiki? I looked up at the White House in front of me and smiled a toothy grin. I held onto those stones tightly. You rescued her! With some ever after stones. For they were my precious ever after stones. Finally, I found it. Wait a minute. Wasn't Yoshiki in that picture? I need to check that. EP entries for Yoshiki Kishinu have been unlocked. Ayumi, Naomi, Kuon, Magari, Satoshi Moshida, Soulful Test from me. Queen EX Chapter 7 has been unlocked. Yeah, I freaking knew it. I knew there was no way in hell that this was going to be the last episode. But I need to check that CG artwork thing again. God damn it. Here. Yeah, Yoshiki's gone too. Amazed I didn't notice that the first time. Well, son of a bitch. He ended up just sacrificing himself along with you. And managed to somehow managed to just... Wow. Okay. So, I guess good news for you then. You're not alone. You have a caretaker in the form of Yoshiki. But now he also has to deal with the fact that nobody will remember him now. Yeah, it's sweet as hell that he did that he actually sacrificed his whole existence just so he could be with you. That is just Romantic as hell, honestly, but still, man! I'm sad. It may not sound like I'm sad, but I am sad. And it's my goddamn voice, because of this damn bug I'm recovering from. I can't emote properly. It makes my voice sound weird, depending on the pitch I put it in. Fuck! But yeah, it's just like I was saying. When she dies, the Nirvana is going to come back out. And it's going to bring a whole new slew of misery upon any poor unfortunate souls that just happened to be alive at that time. And history will repeat. It'll be like Heavenly Host all over again. I don't know if it'll take the same exact form as Heavenly Host, but who the fuck knows? It's just, we need to find a way to destroy the goddamn thing. Not seal it again, because that is just like putting a band-aid on a festering wound. It's temporary, no matter how you look at it. I don't see this as a straight-up happy ending. I just see this as tragic. Still, I suppose that's fitting, all things considered, because right from the get-go, right from the get-go, tragedy has always been a big cornerstone of Corpse Party, hasn't it? Right from day one. So, I guess I really shouldn't have expected any different for the supposed end of the Heavenly Host saga. But I suppose I really should share the rest of my thoughts on the story and the game itself and all that stuff for the actual last episode. Because, well, we're not done yet. I still gotta find those last two ID tags. Well, actually, let me look at the name tag list thing here. So I got this last one here in Chapter 9. Make that 2, excuse me. And 1 in Chapter 10. So 3 more. I gotta find 3 more of these things. And then check out that EX chapter. Like I said, I'll go into full details about my thoughts about the game once I get to the actual finale of this thing, and I know for a fact I've completed everything. But I will say this much about at least the main story for now. What a bullshit fucking ending! Just not happy at all. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Corpse Party Blood Drive. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I guess I will see you guys again for what may be the finale. Take care.